that movie. It was scary.
Hello, you are listening to Two Ghouls, One Brain Cell. You have a lot of choices when it comes to horror podcasts, but we're the worst.
I'm Teresa.
And I'm Star. And Teresa, what are we discussing today?
We're discussing the Rob Zombie 2007 Halloween remake.
Alright, let's just get this started right off the back. This movie was released, as you said, in 2007 by Dimension Films, which I believe is the studio that also did Spy Kids.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he is friends with Robert Rodriguez, which is why both of their movies almost always have Machete in it, aka Danny Trejo.
Yeah, can we talk about Machete being in this movie?
Because
when he came on, I just was like, Machete.
I know. I love him. He makes everything better, honestly.
I think he was the most tragic death in this movie.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that when we get to that scene, because again, I have a lot of thoughts. Oh, Dimension Films, they also released Scream 4, which I have not seen. Oh my god, they released Piranha Double D. Iconic. That's beautiful. Oh, and of course, yeah, Planet Terror. That's definitely a stay tuned. That movie is also legendary. Mr. Robert Rodriguez, the previously mentioned. Oh, and they also released the original Scream, which I guess shouldn't be too surprising.
Yeah, well, what are your thoughts on this movie, Star?
Oh, thank you so much for asking, Teresa. So my first note is I like the opening guitar riff. Also, their house is pretty cute, which doesn't make sense for how dilapidated it becomes later, just over the course of, 14 years?
Yes. Also, for like a poor white trash family living in that nice suburban home.
They're like living in like one of the nicest neighborhoods I've ever seen. It's beautiful. That house is super cute and like very spacious, and I would love to live there. And speaking of white trash family, this dialogue feels like Rob Zombie is parodying himself. If you wanted to do a fuck counter, I'm pretty sure it would explode.
It's so horny and it's so trying so hard to be extra edgy. That whole beginning scene with the Ronnie. Who the fuck is even the Ronnie guy?
Okay, Ronnie, his only purpose is to say the worst things ever, like the most homophobic and like transphobic, and just make you hate his guts, only so that he can get killed later, and you're like, yeah, that's great, but even his killing doesn't even last that long.
Yeah, I don't, it is not even that good. It's kind of lame, like.
Yeah, the thing is though, I was like, oh, I guess this is the first like adult he's gone after, and he is a 10-year-old boy, so of course he's gonna have to restrain him. I mean, I guess it was cool that he was like staring in his eyes, but you know, we're skipping ahead. Oh, the rat named Elvis that he calls Sweetie Pie.
And then murdered.
And then immediately murdered. He like had a bunch of rats too, and yet his mom, Miss Sherry Moon Zombie, nothing but respect and love for her.
Mrs. Robert Zombert.
Mrs. Robert Zombert, correct? Yes. She's like, oh, we'll get you a new rat. I'm like, he has like 5 others. I saw him. He has many rats.
Can we talk about how, like, just this movie was just also created so that he can showcase, like, Robert Zombert can showcase his beautiful wife?
When she was... when she was pole dancing, I literally just have the note that's just go Sherry. Like, yes.
I was literally, all my notes are like, sexy mom, Mrs. Sombert.
She has like the best outfits in this too, like that like multicolor fur coat. I was like, where do I get that? It's so good. She has like the best legs too. Like, honestly, if I was her, I would never wear pants.
It's so true.
She basically doesn't wear any pants, but I'm like, yeah, of course, you're beautiful. Show those legs off.
I just love how he's just murdering the entire family, and then it cuts between her like pole dancing. Like,
I love
tasteful.
it. You know what? That's like the directing that I do like from him. Because I like when he's just like, because that's the stuff he's creating, like whole hog. It's like, I am Robert Zombert. You knew this is what you were getting from me. You knew you were going to see my wife's ass. You knew I was going to have like music playing. I like when he's doing his original stuff, but when he's just like doing basically a shot for shot remake of the original Halloween but with worse actors later, I'm like, ugh, this is where you're losing me, Rob.
I don't know. Okay, I just recently watched the original Halloween.
Yes, okay, I've been so excited to hear these spicy takes. Do you want to do this now?
Yes. So I really wanted to enjoy it. Like, I always enjoy like older horror movies actually more than newer ones.
Yeah.
But watching it, I was just like so, like, I know it's innovative and it like started the slasher genre, but it was so boring.
Yeah, it's a product of its time.
I think like the reason why he basically only kills women who have premarital sex. I don't know if you noticed that. And that one dude, but he's a part of the premarital sex, so come on. And I realized while watching this remake maybe why I didn't enjoy the original as much as well. It's just because it's women suffering. And I don't like watching girls suffer, man.
Yeah. Yeah, women suffering sucks. And I guess, like, I would love to see a ratio of men to women killed. I know we probably could figure that out pretty easily, but it did feel a lot more even than the other one.
Yeah.
Even though the gender ratio is off, the ratio of brutality for characters doesn't always match what they've done, you know?
One of my issues, like, with the remake is at least, like, okay, like, you kind of had an idea of the people, like, he was gonna kill in the original. Like, you felt like there was a motivation.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, in this one, there really felt like there was no motivation for him. Which I guess could be argued as scary, but I don't know. I felt like I needed some sort of, like, I feel like they were building him up to be kind of more sympathetic, like killing his family because they're mean to him, but sparing his mom and his sister. But then they just throw that out the window when he kills Machete, and I'm just like,
yes,
why
okay.
did you kill Machete?
Yeah, that's so important. All right. So, speaking of baby, there's a baby there, and Ronnie is mocking the baby and being mean to Sherry. And I literally, like, at one point just zoned out, and I just have a note that says, the fuck they saying? Because at a certain point, I just checked out, and it was like Rob Zombie white noise of, fuck, chicken, bitch, slut, cock. And I'm like, this is word salad. This means nothing. Language has no meaning.
It was kind of like, a lot of this movie was kind of unnecessary dialogue.
Yeah, like, remember, like, the egg thing, and she's like, it's chicken abortions, and I just have a note that's like, oh, she's vegan. And now I'm just, there's, like, a lot of screaming in my notes, so it's like, don't be mean to Sherry Moon. Oh, no, Elvis! And then, Roddy needs to die.
And he did. You got your wish.
Thank God. Yeah, because immediately there's like transphobia, and I'm just like, this is a lot. I mean, it's, at least he didn't pull the Quentin. I don't think the N-word is ever said in this. So, you know what? Good job, Rob.
He has boundaries.
Even though this movie does literally only have one black character, who is arguably one of the best characters in this movie, and I want Big Grizzly's movie, and we will of course get to Big Grizzly and probably my favorite scene in this film.
What's your favorite scene in the film?
Oh, well, the bathroom scene.
Oh.
Yeah. I have to ask. Okay. So now Michael is at school. We had the family thing. Ronnie's gross to the daughter. He's gross to the mom. He's gross to the son. He even mocks the baby. Now we're in school. How old did you think these kids were?
Like middle school?
Okay, so I thought the two bullies were like junior high, like maybe 15, 16. And then I'm looking at Lil Mikey and oh, Lil Mikey, by the way, yeah, so basically in the beginning scenes, he's wearing a clown mask, he kills his rat, gets yelled at by his mom's boyfriend. Now he's at school and now he's getting bullied again, and people are again just using a lot of like, they use the F-bomb a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like, yeah, early 2000s, like, remember how I think it was Hilary Duff or Britney Spears did a commercial of calling people gay as a mean word isn't cool.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh my. But yeah, so you thought these boys were all similar aged?
Yeah, well, I thought at least like they were either like all in like 6th grade, maybe like 5th grade.
Maybe I'm just bad at judging the ages of kids, because when later they're like, Michael Myers was 10. I'm like, that kid is 10?
How old did you think he was?
I don't know. But like, basically he's getting bullied. A teacher guy comes in and and Michael goes, fuck you. And he has one of the best line readings where he just looks at him in complete shock and goes, fuck me? So Sherry is called in and she looks phenomenal and she defends her son like we all wish our moms would, but
Yeah, she's so kind to her son. Like, she's so kind throughout the whole movie, man. Like,
yeah. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. I feel bad for her. Oh, and then we get to see Dr. Loomis for the first time.
oh yeah.
Wearing a wig, looking like the guy from the Hunger Games, and at first his accent is honestly undiscernible. I had no idea what it was at first.
You didn't British accent, obviously.
I don't know. I'm bad at ages. I'm bad at accents. I'm just like, I don't know what any of this is. I think I was just mesmerized by his wig.
Was he wearing a wig? I didn't notice a wig.
It's the same actor later, right? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the short white hair he has later is his natural hair. And then that blonde Hunger Games looking wig was a wig. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he committed to the bit and, like, shaved it off and bleached every hair on his body.
I want to see if I can discern if this is a wig or not.
While you're doing that, I'll point out that when they're discussing Michael's mental issues, they pull out just a giant Ziploc bag with what looks like a possum in it. And they're like, it's a cat. He just had a Ziploc bag with a whole ass cat in his backpack that he brought to school with him. That would smell so bad. It's just, oh yeah, that's just my lunch. That my giant ass Ziploc bag of a whole cat. Yeah, that's my lunch.
Just open it up and then just stinks up the entire room. Be like, sorry guys, I added a bit too much garlic.
Oh my gosh. And then he's like, why are you talking? Sally over there has a tuna sandwich and no one's looking at her funny. Munch, 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 munch. Eats the cat.
Okay, so I'm observing the hair. I don't
Yes.
think it's a wig. It looks, you can see his like balding spot
Then
in his head.
I guess did he just commit to the bit and then shave it off later?
I guess you're right. Like his natural hairline is further back. Hmm.
Hmm. And this
Damn.
this isn't Boyhood where they actually like filmed it over the course. They didn't actually film this over the course of 14 years and wait for Michael to grow up and for his hair to turn white and for Machete to have spray painted all his hair gray. I'm like, Machete, we know you would keep that shit tight. We know you would not let yourself go as gray as that.
Yeah, I think maybe it's maybe he did have longer hair, but they just added like a lace front hairline or something.
Ooh, love that. I love a lace front.
We
That's
love.
budget. That's budget, honey. That's budget. That's where the budget went. They were like, "Should we pay for a script supervisor?" And they were like, "Nah, nah, 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 nah. Loomis's lace front wig is gonna cost us half of this $80 million budget." Wait, no, $80 million was the box office. The budget was 15 million. Okay, good
Dude,
job, guys. Yeah, work. Yeah.
they made back that
They made
money.
back their money like at least over 3 times, I think, which is pretty good. Oh, why is Michael blonde? Why is he blonde?
Wait, whomst is blonde?
Michael, Lil Mikey, he's blonde. Why is he blonde?
I
Because
don't
later
know.
he's not
But
blonde.
did you look at I think he's like the actor is a musician now.
He's a what?
He's a musician.
Oh, good for him.
I was looking at him and I was like, this man also looks like he also would kill people in real
Yeah, I'm
life.
looking at him too. I'm looking at a picture of him with a septum ring and like two little tiny braids and like a goatee. I'm like, oh Mikey, oh Mikey, they did you wrong. Oh, also he doesn't know
Yeah.
how to run. I'm like, oh cool, he runs worse than me. He's like running in the hallway, arms flailing, just ugh. I have to run the 2 feet to get to my locker. And then what was in the locker? It was his clown mask.
Yeah. Can we talk about his weird obsession with masks?
Yes, please. It was a choice.
I don't quite understand what that was about.
Um, it was art.
Was it just an attempt to explain why he wears the mask? And
Yeah,
so,
I feel like Robert Zombert went on trying to explain things that didn't need to be explained. I think he just wanted to have that cool shot later where he's in his cell and there's just later they Dr. Loomis is like he makes these primitive masks. Primitive? He's 10 and in prison. What do you want the mask to look
yeah,
like?
yeah, that's right. The primitive masks. I think I wrote that down in my notes
Yeah.
too.
I'm
Like, no shit, they're
what? I'm like,
primitive.
sir, he's 10 and like all he has is like paper mache. Okay. So this is next afterwards we have the bullies. They're splitting up and one is walking through the woods to I thought he was gonna like smoke weed or something because that's all I know woods are good for. No, he's just strolling. Okay.
I assumed he was on his way home, but I was also thinking, like, is his home, like, through the
Yeah,
woods?
because it's like we've seen this as just a mostly like suburban area, and he literally just walked like 10 feet
Exactly.
away from the school, and suddenly it's woods. But there was
Well, that's how it was for me growing
there
up,
actually was
too.
a woods by my high school, but it was only used for smoking. I'm like, where is his cigarettes? Where is his marijuanas? Like,
Where is his spiritual?
where are they?
I mean, they're children, so again, they're 10.
Mm, is that boy 10? Because he looks like he's 16. But here we go.
Alright.
Okay, if a 10-year-old boy starts hitting you with a stick, you grab the stick and hit them back. Okay, like Michael, like he's a little boy. He's like a little stocky. Okay, so I had to do research on how strong a 10-year-old can be. So I Googled
Hmm.
world's strongest 10-year-old and I found an article from 2012, keeping it fresh and updated. Okay, so that would be Naomi Kutin. 4'9", 99 pounds, about to enter sixth grade, able to lift more than twice her body weight. So her record is 214.9 pounds squat. And then her deadlifting, 209.4 pounds. She's a legend. Also, this was from the Jewish Daily Forward, so she's Jewish, and I love her. Anyway, this child is my icon. And I did more research on very strong kids. Their like workout routines and like their regimen and their dedication, they're like pulling cars, lifting weights.
That
All
sounds
we've seen, all we've seen Mr. Michael doing is kill a rat and wear a mask. I'm like, where is the proof? How is he so strong?
all this boy knows is kill rat, wear mask.
All girls do is kill rats, wear masks, and eat hot chips and lie. Do you think you could take a 10-year-old Michael Myers? Do you think you could?
No, absolutely not.
What? Really? Why
Dude, I can't even handle being in the same room as a 10-year-old, let alone have one attack me.
not? See, my thing is when a horror movie is just like a human and not like a supernatural entity, I'm spending the whole movie thinking of like ways to take them down. It's normally just go for the legs.
But I think he is like, is it, I don't know. I haven't seen the second Halloween, but isn't he supposed to be like kind of supernatural a little bit? Because he gets shot like 500 times and
That's the
lives.
problem with giving him a backstory, is that we see very clearly that he's just a normal kid that comes from like a kind of
Yeah, that's true.
shitty home. And
Hmm.
it's like, and he starts off like really normal, just kind of like a regular kid. And then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, he's a pro wrestler who's indestructible.
He is literally a pro wrestler.
Actually, well, I did look it up. The actor that plays him later, not a pro wrestler. Very disappointing. I always have to look up.
Wait,
No,
he's
he's not.
not?
He's an actor. He was actually in the X-Men movie, and he was a kitty.
What? But it says here that he is known, he says that he is retired professional wrestler.
Oh, I can't read. Oh, good for him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he is a pro wrestler. Love that for him.
Wow, how dare you? You are a fake wrestling fan.
I guess so. I also, or is it? I just don't know how to read. Hmm?
Yep.
I
That
think I
also is
was. I
possible.
think I was just so distracted by the fact that he was Sabretooth in X-Men. I was like, Kitty. Have you seen the X-Men movie
I
from?
have seen the X-Men movies, but I never remember what happens in them.
Yeah, it's yeah, but he's so pretty. He has a lovely wig, these very thick eyebrows, and he just goes meow.
Oh my god, you're right. He does.
I love him, and he has like these like contacts that make like his pupils huge, and I'm like, oh, you're a cat.
I'm kind of sad that they cover up his pretty. He's a very handsome man. And in this movie, he just cover him with hair, and it's kind of unfortunate.
In this movie, he looks like me when I'm coming out of the shower. I was like, man, this man and I have very similar hair. I don't know how to feel. I'm like currently rocking the Michael Myers haircut, and I'm like, shit, maybe I should just shave it all off.
He's kind of like that kid that's in their emo phase and covering their face like, oh, I'm so mysterious. Don't look at me.
Again, just me. Oh God, where Okay, so you don't think you could take him down in the woods. I was like, dude, grab that stick, beat him up. I would literally sit on him. I mean, and just fucking wail on him, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you did beat people up when you were his age, so
I was also a huge kid, so that might be my problem is that I've always been very big and very strong, so that I have the bravado and stupid self-confidence that I'm like, yeah, I could beat him up. I don't know. I like to think I could take him on. Well, anyway,
well, you see, I have the opposite problem. I've always been very big but very weak.
aw, sweaty. Well, now we're back in his house, so we don't have to worry about beating up a 10-year-old. Or so you think. But basically, they're just in his house. Sherry's gonna go to work. She's talking with a lovely portrait of JFK behind her because it's America.
America. In the when JFK was president. Wait, that's the time that it was supposed to be set in.
For real? I guess.
If JFK is in the background,
Nah,
maybe that's the time it's supposed to be.
there's like people today with fucking framed pictures of JFK. People love that man.
Really?
Yeah, people love JFK. I have a framed portrait of him fucking Marilyn Monroe right over my mantelpiece, and I just look at it and I go, proud to be an American.
Sure.
Did you, did you, oh, wait. I was gonna ask about Michael's costume, but first we have to get to the teen fucking. Her daddy's in heaven, Teresa. Ronnie ain't her daddy.
Ronnie, I don't know who the fuck Ronnie is. It was so I was like, why would they put up with this shit if they're not his dad? I guess he's supposed to be her boyfriend.
Maybe he's Boo's dad. Boo is the baby that he was mocking earlier, by the way. I don't know if we said her name or not. So, her boyfriend wants to fuck with the iconic Michael Myers, aka William Shatner, mask on. And that's a choice. And Michael's downstairs because his sister, Judith, was supposed to take him trick-or-treating, but he just went by himself and has the most Charlie Brown ass fucking loose candy on the table.
Just candy corn and I don't know, some Rolos.
Circus peanuts. I've never had like the little marshmallow peanuts. I've never had them. Have you?
No, I don't even know what a marshmallow peanut is.
Word. All right. But he is wearing this really cool ass clown shirt that I feel like you could get at like a Juggalo merch store. It was awesome. Did you peep that?
No, I did not peep that.
Okay. It was great. I was thinking, I was like, I should get that shirt for Teresa if I could find it somewhere.
It has to be out there somewhere.
It's cool. I liked it. I liked how his outfit just looked like his normal clothes and his mask, and I'm like, that's like when I'm just wearing my pajamas and I'm like, yeah, I'm dressed. So his next step in his murderous rage is duct taping Ronnie to his lazy boy. How does he not wake up when he's being duct taped?
I wrote that in my notes as well.
Mm-hmm.
You would think you would hear the
Yeah, the
and you'd maybe feel the fact that someone's putting something sticky on your mouth. I don't know. That was
There's a lot of times in this movie where you really have to suspend your disbelief, like the fact that this giant ass man is constantly able to sneak up behind people, and it's like, I feel like I would hear a 6'9" person coming in. I can hear my 60-pound dog walking through my house.
well. Also, that's a dog.
What, you don't think my dog can be sneaky? You don't think my dog is slick?
No, he's not.
You don't
I don't
know
know.
him like that.
He's even sneakier in the original. So
That's
you gotta,
true. How tall is he? Let's see how tall the OG
He's supposed to be
Michael
like
Myers.
huge.
I mean, he's gotta be. You gotta have that intimidation factor.
It's true.
I wish I was that tall. I wish I was 6'9".
That's 6'9" is massive.
That's how big I want to be. Why can't I find? Oh, there we go. Tony Moran. He sounds like he was in the Backstreet Boys. Tony Moran. While I look that up, my only thought when Ronnie was dead is just, oh, good, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite obvious they were setting him up to be dead, so.
Yo, original Michael, only 6 foot.
Oh, cute.
Word. Cute. Yeah, but it was also later in the police report, they say that he was also stabbed in the face and chest, but we don't see that. And I'm like, Mr. Robert Zombert, you are not known for subtlety. Like, why didn't you show this piece of shit getting stabbed in the face and chest?
Who knows, man?
Anyway, after teen fucking, Judith's boyfriend goes down and is making a sandwich? Question mark?
Yeah, I was thinking, why would you like? And then she's listening to headphones, so like your boyfriend after fucking goes down to make a sandwich, and you just decide, oh, I'm gonna listen to music in my headphones very loudly. That's so like,
Not just any music. Don't Fear the Reaper, which we hear maybe 27 times in this film. Just kidding. It's probably only 3, but every time I hear it, I'm just like, here we go again. Don't fear the Reaper. I'm like, again?
it's like we get it. You're gonna die. You're gonna get reaped.
It's also like, Rob Zombie, you have the rights to your own music. Like, once they're in 2007, I want to hear someone fucking blasting Dracula. My Dracula! Oh, this is when I'm very much questioning how strong/old is Michael? I mean, he was smart. He restrained the only adult in the house, because for real, Ronnie could probably just like punt him and like he'd be down.
Pretty much.
And then he sneaks up on this dude who has the 2 like leather necklaces. So he kills him, and then he puts the mask on, but the mask too big.
That was like. It was an interesting way to introduce the mask for the first time. I liked it better in the original than he just like went to a convenience store and picked it up.
Yeah! He just robbed the convenience store, you're right. That was fun.
That's so the guy wanted to, the teenage boy wanted to fuck in it, which was...
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, when she was like, please take it off, he was like, can I keep it on, please?
I'd like to keep it on, please. Were you like, when he was attacking the sister, like, you know what? At least her tits are covered this time.
Yeah, at least that. I don't know. I didn't enjoy his thigh touching, incestuous thigh touching.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, that was upsetting. But you know, in the original, they have like that lingering shot of like him staring at her boobs.
Yeah. Just also her just covered in blood with her tits out. Not my favorite.
We do get a woman covered in blood with her tits out again later.
This is true.
Also, her Judith Meyer's hair is very modern. That's just like, it's very hard to set things in the past with so many characters, because there's so much styling that has to be done to make it fit, and it's just like, that's not where Robert Zombert's attention was. It was not on the styling. It was, how many times can I play Don't Fear the Reaper?
How many times can I play Don't Fear the Reaper and then show off my hot wife?
Ugh, not enough. I wanted to see Sherry more, honestly.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping she'd be a character throughout the whole thing, but after the child arc is up,
Yeah.
baby girl says goodnight.
I hear she's in the second movie, and she's like she's the specter that's haunting Michael, and I'm pretty sure it's like her in a white dress and a horse.
I guess that's why he's beating up the horse at the end credits.
You know what? It was. See, we didn't think they were building up to a sequel, but there it was. It was in the end credits. Did you also forget about Baby Boo? Because I did.
I did, and when they were like, oh yeah, also, she's the sister of Michael Myers. I was like, what, whomst? Which one is it?
You're like, I thought he killed his sister.
Well, I knew the baby was like, I just thought they were gonna forget about the baby.
Oh, also, did he call the cops on himself?
When?
Well, after he does the murders and he's waiting on the stoop for Sherry Moon Zombie to come back from making that hard-earned money. She is a professional woman.
Mm-hmm.
He's just waiting on the steps and she comes up and she's like, Michael, what are you doing out here? And he's holding Boo on the steps. And then all of a sudden you just hear the sirens and then it's a cut to black and white, like, footage of him being arrested.
Yeah.
And them talking about it. Like, everyone was dead. No one could call the cops. And as later in the movie, neighbors don't give a shit to alert anyone, so he must have called them on himself. He must have been like, and I'm done. 911.
He just like came out of his murderous state and he's like, wow, who did all this? I should call the police.
He was! Oh, so this is when we learned that he's 10, which you apparently knew, and I'm just like, oh, I could beat this kid up, which is probably not what I should have been taking away from this. Alright, we cut. He's in the sanitarium with Dr. I almost called him Billy Loomis, and I'm like, nope, that's Scream. What's his first name in this film?
Fuck. I just know the actor's name. Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Samuel Lewis. They pronounce it, well, I guess they just pronounce it the British way. Samuel is how they say it.
Do they really?
Yeah, just because I was getting, like, kind of anal at one point and bored, and I would just, whenever someone would pronounce things kind of weird, I would just go back and just go, Samuel.
Samuel. Mr. Samuel.
Oh, yeah, well, what you were getting at is, like, he's like, Mom, can we go home? Because Sherry Moon Zombie is an incredible mom, and she's visiting her son, and she's, like, playing it very cool, and he's like, Mom, can we go home? And she's like, I don't know, sweetie. Let's wait for what the doctor says. And he's acting like he's like, what happened? And I'm like, are you pretending? Like, what did you think? Did you think he was being, like, real?
I think it was supposed to be played straight. I think it was like, just like I think the idea is like when he's covering his face and he has the mask, he's like another person versus like when he's himself, he's regular boy.
I mean, as regular as Michael Myers can be.
A regular white trash boy.
Yeah, you know, we've all been there.
It's true.
I also thought this was another interesting departure because in the original, like, because Michael only killed his sister, his parents just, like, fucking tapped out. Like, they're probably retired in Boca Raton. They're like, thank God Myers is a common last name. Like, I literally had a family friend who I would call my uncle named Michael Myers.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, and his son, who I was friends with, yeah, guess what they named him?
Mikey.
Michael Myers Jr.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, but they both, like, would go, like, with nicknames, so, like, the dad was Mike and the son was Mick. But I remember first hearing about Michael Myers, and I was like, that's my uncle.
Yeah, my Michael is uncle. My uncle is Michael.
Yeah, well, because at that point, when I was, like, on the bus for camp, and the lore for Friday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, my God, Halloween was very murky. So I remember, like, a kid on the bus being like, yeah, he, like, is getting his niece and he's gonna kill everyone around her. And I'm like, I hope my uncle Michael Myers doesn't kill everyone around me, because that would suck.
All right, what happens next, my friend?
Machete!
Machete!
I was good to you, Mikey. I was good to you. Machete's just, he's the fucking best.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like, I just don't understand why he kills him. Because so far it establishes that he only kills, like, except for the nurse, he only kills people that are, like, mean to him. And then he kills the nurse.
No, because
and kills Machete.
he, like, I don't think he didn't really have much interaction with the sister's boyfriend. And his sister wasn't, like, that mean to him. She was just, like, she was a teenage sister. She was doing what she gonna do.
Oh, she was kind of, like, played pretty, like, non-redeemable.
Maybe. I don't know. I was just like, you know what? You have a weird-ass little brother. Your family's a fucking mess. I wish you'd be a little nicer to your mom, but also you're a teen, so... I don't know. Honestly, the only death I thought was, like, worth it at that point was Ronnie. And for a second, before I realized the boyfriend was making a fucking sandwich, I thought he was gonna leave, like in the original movie.
Nope, he's gonna make a sandwich or get murdered.
Oh, so at this point, I think they should have just sent Michael Myers to art school, because those masks, pretty dope.
Pretty dope masks?
Yeah, you know what? They should have just sent him to art school.
They should have. You're right. You know what? Maybe he would have learned better, like, values. He clearly didn't want to be there. So, you know, maybe they should have just took him to art school with a little supervision.
Bro, but, like, there's no one else in this sanatorium. It's like, this sanatorium is Michael Myers and Michael Myers only.
Well, and that one poor girl that gets raped.
Oh my god, yeah. Ugh. It's a rough time at the Michael Myers
That was
sanatorium.
an upsetting scene.
Yeah, I mean, basically Sherry Moon Zombie, she's coming in, she's talking, she's being a good mom. Machete's there, he's a good to Mikey. Dr. Loomis is saying very dramatic things. Oh, I took a screenshot of the quote attributed to Dr. Loomis in the beginning, and it says, "The darkest souls are not those which choose to exist within the hell of the abyss, but those which choose to break free from the abyss and move silently among us," which I assume is from his shitty The Blackest Eyes book. Oh my god. The Devil's Eyes. I'm like, sir, I laughed.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard.
It was those fucking cuts between, like, where he was describing his experiences with the kid were so, like, surface level of, like, what psychology is. And I was just like, do you want to elaborate or no? Just saying some poetic empty crap? Okay, bye.
It's like it just seems like his thing is to take videos of Michael in a mask staring at a wall and then to say, like, the weirdest, like, most poetry-esque shit, and then he's like, I don't know why he's not getting better. I just keep calling him the devil, and he's just standing there looking at me. It's like, Dr. Loomis, have you ever considered you're the world's worst doctor, basically?
Yeah, the world's worst therapist. Like, when he was talking to him and he was like, I've, like just discussing all his problems to the poor kid and, like, talking about how his wife and stuff, I'm like, this is not very professional.
No, it's not. Oh, so at one point, Dr. Loomis pulls Sherry Moon aside to discuss Michael, and they leave him alone with a nurse and a fork. They should have just given him a spork. I mean, I don't think, because I think that's what they give to, like, people who have murderous or suicidal or just any...
I think they just give them finger food, because you could still kill someone with a fork or a spork or a spoon.
Is there a horror movie where someone gets killed by a spork?
I don't know, probably.
There should be. I'm writing it.
I feel like it would be like a parody movie where, like...
So maybe like in a scary movie.
Yeah, or or like a comedy horror situation.
Yeah, but anyway, after he stabs the nurse with his fork, it fucking freeze frames on. Bet you're wondering how I got in this situation right now. And then Sherry commits suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's watching the old family videos because Rob Zombie loves his vintage video cameras, and she's just so it's I don't know, it's probably one of the more tasteful scenes in this movie because we just see she's holding the gun and then gunshot and baby scream, and I'm like, I appreciate him not actually showing this woman killing herself because
Yeah.
she's literally the most sympathetic character in this whole movie, and I didn't want to see that.
Yeah, it's true. It was truly one of the most tragic anime deaths.
Oh, Jesus. Sherry Moon Zombie is kind of anime.
She's beautiful.
Alright, so it's 15 years later. Danny Trejo's gonna retire in 3 months, and he's with the shittiest shit douchebag who ever douched. We can just call him Douche Nozzle 1, and his other friend is Douche Nozzle 2.
Cousin Douche Nozzle. I think it was his cousin.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so it's Douche Nozzle and then Cousin Douche Nozzle.
Wow.
Okay. So he goes in with Danny and to Mikey's cell, and Mikey is now a pro fucking wrestler. Where is the scene of Mikey pumping the iron in the yard? I want the montage. I want the fucking Rocky montage of Mike getting buff. What is his workout routine? How do I cop it?
This is true.
I want to also be this strong.
How can painting delicate masks get you that ripped?
The most delicate of masks. I honestly, he has an artist soul, but also a murderer soul.
A true psychopath.
But I'm just like, the dude, Douche Nozzle, just fucking comes in and he's immediately making fun of Michael Myers. I'm like, you're the dumbest person alive. This guy is 6'9". He's fucking huge. You know what he's done. It's like, again, it's just like Ronnie. It's like, I get it. You're here to be the worst person alive, so that when you're killed later, we're like, okay, great. But unfortunately, we don't even see that much of his death.
That's fair.
Also, Michael's hair has become brown.
Okay, but I was born with blonde hair and then my hair turned brown. This is a normal situation that happens.
Okay. Alright, you know what? That's not the biggest issue with this movie, so I'm just gonna leave it alone.
This movie has other issues.
Yeah, so Loomis is breaking up with Michael. He's like, he calls Michael his best friend, and I'm like, Loomis, you're literally the worst doctor ever. And then he goes on his tours for his The Devil's Eyes book. It's like, dude, you're the worst psychologist probably ever.
Yep.
Maybe don't write a book.
Some bad blood money there.
Yeah, someone does call blood money later, that's true. Oh, and so here we go. Sexual assault, and I have the sick face emoji next to it, and I'm just like, none of this is a good idea. And it really sucks because the scene goes on for a real long time. It's Douche Nozzle. He brought Douche Nozzle's cousin, this poor girl. It's apparently her first night in the sanitarium. The only other person in the sanitarium. They bring her into Mikey's room, rape her on his bed, and then, of course, Michael kills the rapist.
Yeah.
But it's honestly really quick. We don't know what happens to the girl. If he did kill the girl, I'm happy they didn't show that because she didn't deserve that.
No.
But it's just like, I feel like all just beating them up and like crushing their skulls is like, for what he does later to Danny, who, in Danny's own words, I was good to you, Mikey. Like, just beating them up is not like,
Enough.
if you're gonna spend so much time setting up how terrible these people are, I want the grisly deaths, you know?
Yeah, you want the hardcore payoff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They shouldn't have. He should have spared Machete.
Right? Ugh. When Machete's like, I have to do my job and put the handcuffs on.
Yeah. Literally, like, he's so kind. And I was expecting, I was expecting when he got up, I didn't think, like, and he went to the TV, I was, like, low-key hoping that he just would be like, you know what, no, and then drop it and then leave.
I thought, I'm like, it would be so funny if Michael was just like, it's prime time, bitch. And I'm like, this movie is so goofy. It's like, might as well.
Yeah. Jesus.
Do you think he killed, because he kills everyone in the sanitarium, apparently. You think he killed that girl?
Probably.
Oh, that's that part. Just, this movie is 2 hours long. I would just cut that part out completely.
Yeah, this movie was way too long. Like, this whole first, like, establishing part is just so long. I like, remember when I stopped it, and I was just like, we still got, like, another hour of this movie.
Literally, so this movie is basically 2 movies. It's the prequel and then his remake of the original. And
Yeah.
literally in between, I paused, took my dog on a walk, went to the gym, took a shower, ate dinner, got back, and was like, I still have a whole hour left. I was just... Also, while I was at the gym, I was thinking about how I would beat up Michael Myers, and that's just... I have some ideas later, but we'll wait. We are at He Now Escapes, and we are at the truck wash. Trucks only. No cars allowed. No one notices Michael fucking Myers, and we get the best fucking character, in my humble opinion, played by...
Ken Foray? Ken Four?
Yeah, Ken Foray. No, I've heard people call his last name Foray. And he is Joe Grizzly, bitch. do 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 do. Get ready to rumble. And he's the truck driver. He's going in the bathroom. He's taking a dump and reading his Skank magazine. And this takes me to the one screenshot. There's a woman doing fucking contortionist shit in it. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know, man. She's doing it.
I think it wouldn't be too hard.
Alright, word. We'll try it later.
Is it also, she kind of looks like Britney Spears. I don't know who she's supposed to be.
You know what? She's just doing it.
She's doing her best thing, but she really looks like old, young, really young Britney with those bangs.
Oh no! Oh, free Britney.
Britney.
So he's taking his dump. He's reading a Skank magazine. You see Michael's nasty ass fucking schmutz covered yard sandals.
Oh yeah, his gross toes.
I have this as the anti Quentin Tarantino.
It's so true. He kind of is the anti Quentin Tarantino.
I was thinking, it's like, I feel like they're both friends with Robert Rodriguez, but I feel like they're standing on either side of Robert Rodriguez, and Rob's just like, why can't we just all get along? And they're just like, yeah, old man fight. So out of nowhere, Ken Foray, aka Joe Grizzly, pulls out a big ass knife, and it's time to get ready to rumble! Did you have fun? I like this part.
It was interesting. I don't know. I didn't love it as much as you did, apparently.
That's because I'm an idiot who thinks anything that's like... I'm just like, oh, big meaty men slapping together is good.
Me like to see them fight.
I do. Well, I would much rather see him. I wish this movie was just like, I wish every character was just played by giant beefy men, so that every fight is just Michael having to do a fucking all out Hell in a Cell style brawl.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine like all the like the three girls that are just like just beefy men
Yes! Yes, I
in
can!
wigs?
Yes! Yes! It's just John Cena! John Cena! Oh, I love it. One's John Cena, one's The Rock, and the other is, I guess, The Miz, who is another wrestler who acts.
Okay, but also the dialogue is exactly the same. So that like that whole weird ass scene with fucking the baby Boo as a teenage girl like fingering the bagel, and it's just John Cena just.
We're we're gonna. I guess we get to that now. Anyway, R.I.P. Joe Grizzly. We barely knew ye. I want your own spin-off movie. And then, as soon as Joe Grizzly stepped out of the truck, he was wearing that jumpsuit, and we were like, guess you gotta die, bro. Also, I guess Michael all of a sudden knows how to drive a big-ass truck. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, how does he know how to drive?
Movie 2 is starting now, and this Lori is awful. Immediately unlikable. Please discuss the scene you were alluding to earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're trying to make her like, because she's like in the original, she's like this modest girl, she doesn't want to do anything. But in this one,
she smokes weed in the car with Annie though, so that's dope.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's real cute. That was like, oh yeah, that is what teens do.
But I don't know. I don't know. This dialogue in this movie is something else.
Yeah, like she's immediately like making sexual innuendos to her mom. And by the way, her
own mother.
Her mom is awesome. She, Dee Wallace, she's like the mom in everything. Like she's the mom in E.T. I'm pretty sure she's the mom in Critters. Like she is horror mom royalty. And E.T. is a horror movie because that alien puppet's gross. And I don't like it. I don't like it. E.T.'s gross. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're valid.
Thank you. Yeah.
He looks kind of like a shriveled penis.
Aww, you're right. Like a little ball sack with eyes.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. I don't know. This isn't important, but the dad, Mr. Strode, is complaining about capitalism, and Dee Wallace is like, Epic Mart is great because it has low prices, and I'm like, I want to go to Epic Mart.
Can't believe that Mr. Robert Zombert added anti-capitalist propaganda into this film.
Yeah, you know what? You just gotta, just a little bit, just a flavor, just a taste.
Just a little taste.
Alright, so now we're cutting back to Mikey for a bit. He's in his old house, and apparently in the time between killing everyone in the house and calling the cops on himself, he buried his mask and a rusted knife that becomes less rusted throughout the film under a floorboard? Okay.
Oh, he uses an old knife? What?
When he's digging up the floorboards, the first thing he pulls out, you think he's gonna pull out the mask first, but no, the first thing he pulls out is like a rusty knife.
Damn.
And then he pulls the mask out, and I'm like, you're gonna be picking up various knives throughout the movie. I was like, just take the mask out. Again, it's just like things that don't need to be there that are there, and I'm like, this movie's 2 hours. Cut some things.
Yeah, they really just kept everything in that entire movie.
They really did. Now Loomis is freaking out, yelling at these inconsequential men in suits. One of them is German for some reason, and you can't tell what he's saying.
Yes.
And I actually like Loomis's freak out where he's like, all you had to do was be zookeepers. All you had to do is keep the monkey house locked. And I'm like, a monkey house. I like that.
Literally had one monkey in there.
Oh, it's like an orangutan.
They had one
You
job.
had one job. Oh, could you tell what that German man was saying?
Probably not. I feel like at this point I was getting a little zoned out.
This is already after when I took my break. Is when did you take your break in this 2 hour saga?
I did it a little bit later, so I was
Mm,
pretty gutted by this point.
that's fair. Now we go back to the teens at high school, Lori and Linda. Linda's upset because she told the cheerleading coach that they should just go commando and flash some snatch, which I mean, I think that's fun, but also these girls are talking like no teen girls have ever talked, right?
Yeah, they are so like so vulgar, so sexual, and they're supposed to be what, 17? I don't know. It's choices. I feel uncomfortable watching these underage girls discuss this stuff.
I mean, as previously discussed, I'm terrible at guessing ages, but we know they're in high school. No, wait! They're 18 because when she's on the stairs with her mom's like, I can't believe you're graduating this year.
She's 17. The fuck, I can't remember her name, but the Myers' sister is 17.
Boo or Judith?
Uh, the main chick.
Oh, Baby Boo, aka
Yeah,
Laurie
Baby
Strode.
Boo.
Sorry, spoilers.
Baby Boo is 17.
Oh, okay. Um,
Yeah.
they oh earlier when they were in the library, the way it was shot, I thought Annie's actress was a little person because of how small her arms were, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's like some cool blind casting, like having a little person just play one of these teen characters and not having it affect the character. No, I don't know, I guess it must have just been a weird shot. That doesn't matter, that was just something I thought was interesting.
But also speaking of that scene, I have written down in my notes that says alcohol boils at 78.3 Celsius. Another thing that could have been cut out, their conversation about how alcohol boils at 78.3 Celsius.
You know what? You're watching Rob Zombie's Halloween. You gotta learn something. This is an educational film.
I feel so educated watching this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sid Haig is the cemetery man, grave digger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How he freaks out on that poor cemetery man.
Also, it looked like I thought it was another cat, because just like the original, Judith Myers' tombstone is taken, and in its place is a crucified, what I thought was a cat, but then they're later like, it's a coyote. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess I've never seen a
Oh.
coyote, but I thought they
You
were
see, I thought
bigger.
it was a fox.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was a fox.
Yeah, I thought it was something small and tiny. Okay, and then for the 500 millionth time, don't feel the reaper.
Plays.
Yep, we get that. Um, man, I feel so bad. Laurie really is, in my opinion, the worst actor in this movie, and I just want to punch her in the face. I'm sorry, but I do.
I didn't hate her that much.
That's kind of you. I wish I could have that much forgiveness in my heart. She really rubbed me the wrong way. I think it was also her voice was very something about it was just very aggravating to me.
Fair.
Is it? I don't know. I really don't like being down on like female characters and like female actresses, but I was just getting really fed up with her, and I think it's because of how much I love Jamie Lee Curtis from the original. I'm a huge Jamie Lee Curtis stan. I think she's awesome, and she just kind of has like the perfect voice of like she is in charge. I trust her. I I don't trust this Lori for a minute. I don't know how she didn't get killed. I'm like, you're not a survivor. Annie was a survivor. I was proud of her ass.
Yeah, that was insane.
Guess my next note is basically it's Halloween night, da da da. All the teens are doing their own thing. Linda, as she's painted as the slut character, but I don't know. She just seems like a normal teen to me.
She's just a horny. They're all horny teens. That's all.
They're all just like teens, horny teens, but like cranked up to like Rob Zombie 100.
Yeah.
But once again, I do love the phrase "flash some snatch." I'm like, you know what? That's fun. And so, a bit out of order with the original movie. So Linda and her boyfriend, I think Paul, are in the Myers house. They're fucking. They brought in a jack-o'-lantern and a sleeping bag and some beer, and they're doing the do, and they run out of beer. Yeah.
Also, how did they kept the beer in the fridge, but there's no electricity in that house?
Wait, what?
Did they keep the? There was no. How would there be electricity in the house?
Wait, was what?
Okay, never mind. I must be remembering it incorrectly.
The beer was in a cooler in the van.
Oh my god, okay, I'm dumb. Never mind. I'm mixing up the first movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he goes. They do the do. The guy comes early. I feel bad. It seems like Linda's not really enjoying herself.
Yeah, he sucks in bed.
This is where we hear don't hear fear the Reaper again, because just like with his sister after she fucked and listened to Don't Fear the Reaper on her headphones, Linda is playing Don't Fear the Reaper on the radio.
Yes.
And yeah, and again, once again, the boyfriend leaves to go get something. At least this time he's just getting beer and not making a fucking sandwich, just with his dirty ass sex hands. And you know, Mr. Michael, he does not appreciate the sex. I think, this is just incel culture. You know what, man? Teen's gonna fuck. You gotta let him fuck, brother.
Yeah.
So he gets if his name's not Paul, I'm gonna feel stupid, but he gets oh wait, no, because I think Paul is Annie's boyfriend.
I'm so bad with names. I don't remember anyone's name in this movie.
Her it's another generic boy's name. Hers is Bob.
Oh,
Bob,
right.
yeah, he comes back, and then, it's the classic, he fucking choke slams him. Nah, he just chokes him. He grabs him with one hand, lifts him in the air, chokes him out, and then stabs him with the world's longest knife, pinning him to the wall. Very, very classic, except they're upstairs, and I'm assuming Linda is also upstairs. She doesn't have headphones on, unlike Judith in the beginning, which was the only reason I forgave her for not hearing the mess going on. But as I'm assuming she's right there. This house in 14 years has become incredibly decrepit. How does she not hear them?
Bruh, there's too many questions. How do they not see a 6'9" man? How does a 10-year-old beat up the bully? Who knows?
You're right. I'm asking too many questions.
You gotta suspend that disbelief.
Yeah, man. Basically, we know what's going down. He kills the teens. I'm gonna miss Linda. She seemed alright. And so Lori is babysitting. I know this must be another reference, but this kid looks like the fucking lead singer of the band Ghost.
What?
What's his face? Tommy? Timmy? What the fuck is the little kid's name?
Tommy, it sounds
Oh,
right.
yeah, Tommy, Lil Tommy Doyle. And He looks like Ghost. I I have here Tommy is a better actor than Laurie. And then Annie is, of course, babysitting Lindsay, who is honestly a kid after my own heart. All she wants to do is just fucking eat popcorn and watch movies. And her, I'm looking, there's like a close up of this kid's makeup, and I'm like, fuck, that looks like how I do makeup. It's just blue eyeshadow and like red lips, and she just has like gold shit in her hair, and I'm like, oh man, that's how I do my makeup.
You relate too much to these children, man.
I just, I think I'm so fed up with like the over sexualized conversation of the teens. It's like he doesn't know how to write teens, but he also doesn't really know how to write children, so the children just kind of sound like little small adults. And
It's
I'm
true.
just like like also they keep calling her Queen Sheba instead of Queen of Sheba, which is what Lindsay's dressed as. And she
Yes.
has the great quote later where Lori and Tommy are teasing her for some reason, and she's like, "Ugh, I am Queen Sheba. Worship me," or something like that. It's great.
Yeah, I would not let you like treat me this way or something. She's pretty great. We love to see it.
She was a little cutie pootie. I don't know. I listen. I give kid actors like a lot of credit. We were all little shits at that age, and these two kids are pretty likable, and that I gotta give it to them. I think they did a good job.
They did do a good job.
I also have a lot of love for Lindsay in the original one. I
Hmm.
think this actress also like captured her just like I just want to watch horror movies and eat popcorn, and I'm like, me too, sis. All right, so this movie, I was just kind of like waiting for it to end at this point. So Annie, after passing Lindsay off to Lori, is fucking the actual Paul at Lindsay's house, which you ever babysat?
No, I again don't like being in the same room as children.
Okay, yeah. So I babysat a lot when I was younger, and just this the idea of this is fucking unthinkable. I don't know. It's so disgusting to me to like fuck in a stranger's house, especially a stranger who's trusted you to look after their kids. I'm just like, come on, teens. I mean, they do this in the original too, but it's just like it's fucking
Yeah,
upsetting.
yeah. Especially like I know like we already discussed this part, but them fucking in the abandoned house too. Like I don't know. Just why don't you just go home? I guess the parents are there.
I remember because they're complaining about the house being sold because that's what Lori does in the beginning. She like
Yeah.
puts like an envelope in there and Michael's in there and it's like a little tense. And Bob's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna be souping up the van because we're gonna be spending more time in there." And I'm like, yeah, he has this pretty nice van with like fucking Led Zeppelin cover art airbrushed on the side. I'm like, yeah, why don't you? Okay, then you have two options. You're gonna fuck. You're a teen. You have no other place to go. You can't afford a motel, whatever. You're
Mm-hmm.
either gonna fuck in an abandoned murder house that has become absolutely decrepit in the 14 years it's been abandoned, or Led Zeppelin van. Your choice.
Oh, which one would I fucking? Obviously the van.
Yeah. There was another movie that I watched. It was not very good. It was called The Ordeal, where the guy's
Uh-huh.
van breaks down in like the middle of nowhere, and he gets out to like look for a thing, and it's the middle of the night. I'm like, that's your van that you already sleep in? Fam, sleep in the van and then look in the morning. Like, you already sleep in there. Just, that movie was not great. Okay, so, yo, Annie, I have mad respect for Annie in this movie. Oh, we didn't say earlier, her dad's the cop, like in the OG.
Oh,
And I think
yes.
another reason why I was into Linda is she was very staunchly anti-cop. She was like, she called his car like the Bacon Mobile, and she was like, must
Yeah.
suck having a pig as a dad. I'm like, all right, Linda, work.
I love the Bacon Mobile line. I was like, wow. Now that's good writing.
Yeah, but Annie, she could definitely gets a lot more to do. I was wondering if they were gonna do the thing in the beginning where she spills popcorn butter on herself and then takes all of her clothes off and puts on a random men's shirt she has found. But no,
Yeah.
well, she's fucking. She has her shirt off. She still has on like a really cute skirt and tights that I was admiring earlier because it got like buttons on the back and I was into it. Did you peep that?
Oh yeah, and she's got like the like boots with the knee-high stockings.
No. Boots with knee highs and a denim skirt. That was
Yes.
Linda's look actually, which was also
Oh,
very
see, I
good.
was copping that look. I was like, that was cute.
Yeah, if we were to dress up as either of these characters, you would be Linda, I'd be Annie.
Hell yeah.
They both had cute outfits. Lori looks like the pinnacle of 2007 with like a too long sweater and her fucking low-rise jeans. And
Yup.
I like when they want her to seem more trustworthy, they make her wear glasses. Cuz she's so untrustworthy looking. Well, just like I mean, she's a teen, but like she acts so unlike the original Lori that to make up for the gravitas and the oh, I fucks with you-ness of Jamie Lee Curtis, they just put glasses on her.
Yeah. It's like they couldn't like make her dress like a total nerd because this is cool 2007 remake. So they just give her glasses.
She is wearing a vintage sweater randomly, and then it disappears at one point. Oh my god, okay, so Annie and her boyfriend are fucking, her shirt is off, she still got her cute skirt on. Fucking Michael Myers is in the background standing there like, this is awkward. Yeah, he's just standing there watching them for a lot longer than I thought he would.
He tends to linger a lot actually.
He likes to watch.
He loves to watch. He's a little bit of a cuck.
Oh. Oh no. Oh man. Nah man, it'd be real cucking if fucking Paul was sitting back. No, never mind, I'm not doing this. Basically, Annie does the best job of anyone fucking fending off Michael. Paul gets killed, I think, pretty fast. And Annie is just fucking tits out, fighting for her life. I think she gets like stabbed a few times, but like not enough to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Annie doesn't die, but when it's time for Lindsay to get brought back over, Lori is bringing her over and she sees Annie on the floor, and then thank God Annie's still alive, so she calls the police.
I love how she calls her baby over and over again.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, she called her baby. That was one of the more realistic things is friends, especially girlfriends, call each other like babe, love, diva.
Diva.
but like I call you like baby and like babes. So I'm like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is actually how teenage girls would talk, is that they do give like pet names to their girlfriends."
This is true.
Mhm.
So at least we could give Mr. Robert Zombert 1 point.
1 point on the board for Robert Zombert. Okay, so this actually is a cool shot where Lori goes in, she finds Annie, then she goes to the phone, and then fucking Michael Myers is behind the door, and he closed the door, and Annie, okay, my dog just banged against the door like he is Michael Myers. Sir, you are not Michael Myers. Oh my gosh, I have to let him out. You are not Michael Myers. Alright, I'm just gonna leave the door open for him. He's being a stinky pants. So Michael slams the door, and Annie is just screaming Laurie's name. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty tense. It's always the thing in movies where they're just screaming the person's name instead of being like, Mike, like, man, intruder. She's just doing Laurie, and because she's injured, Laurie's like, I know, baby, I'm sorry. I know, like, like, she's thinking the logical thing, like, oh shit, my friend's calling out in pain.
Yeah. She should have just said there's someone behind you.
I mean, I think she could only get out, like, one word.
Fair. So, like you said, intruder.
Okay, so...
Killer. Stabby stab. Run.
Oh, right. Oh, well, I mean, Annie still wants her to call that ambulance, so...
That's fair.
I think she'd be like, person, murder. I don't know. Laurie and Mikey get into it. She busts through a door that is locked for some reason with a chair. They go through. They somehow end up back at the Michaels house. The Michaels Myers' house. And they're in the basement. How do they get there? Do you remember? Does she get like knocked out and wake up there?
I think they start off there, no? Because
No.
she's like coddling. Oh, right, that's the other dead friend. Okay, that she runs into. Yeah, I think she gets brought there because he wants to show her that she's the sister.
Okay, so Michael has kidnapped her, taken her into the basement of the Michaels Myers' house. Their last name's not Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
The Michaels Myers' house.
With the tombstone.
Yes, okay, so he has also dragged Linda, poor naked and bloody Linda, R.I.P. We will miss, we barely knew ye. She's in the basement with the Judith Myers headstone that was stolen and the jack-o'-lantern, gotta decorate. And Mikey's there. He crouches down to Laurie. Laurie's freaking out, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts the knife down and takes his mask off and pulls out Okay, I knew it was gonna be the picture of him and the baby, but I was also thinking about that printed out ad of Sherry Moon from earlier. What if he had been like, oops, sorry, wrong pocket?
Just be like, this was our mother. It's this fucking strip.
Be like, wow, our mom was hot. Awesome.
I feel like that'd be more like information than what he gives when he gives her that picture.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I'd be like, I literally have the line, yes, I am the baby. Like, if he's taken his mask off, so he put the knife down, he's out of killer mode, he's pointing at the picture of a baby. I think he like has some kind of sympathy for this baby. I would be like, yes, baby, yes, me baby.
I don't know. I would be confused.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, if I would be able to put the context clues together. I don't know. I think I would just keep saying the word baby instead of her being like,
how can I help you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. This is such an imaginary scenario. But she does the thing. She picks up the knife and you're like, yay! And then she just stabs him once and has no escape plan. And it's like, Laurie, no! It's a thing. You always gotta hold on to the knife.
It's true.
Oh, yo, for being a fucking white trash family, the Myers have an in-ground pool.
Yeah, right? Again, how could they afford it on this woman's stripper? I guess strippers make good money.
She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
That's true. She really fucking lives in this nice suburban home with a pool and I don't know how many bedrooms do you think it has? Probably like a 3-bedroom place.
I don't know, man. That place it looked pretty spacious, honestly. Yeah, probably 3-4 bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice house before it became the fucking crypt. Yeah,
Decrepit.
decrepit. Um, yeah. So the pool's full of leaves. She's the pool again. This movie's 2 hours long. This is like the last 20 minutes honestly felt like the longest because she's in a pool. I feel like she spends 10 years rolling around in the leaves and is like trying to get out in the deep end instead of because Michael's not there yet. She before Michael comes out, she could just like go to the shallow end and just walk out like how he walks in. But instead she rolls around in the leaves and then Mike just like casually walks in. And then Loomis, remember him? He
Yeah.
shows up and he bam bam bams and shoots the Mikey. And then he does a little shuffle down into the pool because there's leaves and he doesn't want to slip.
Yeah.
He gets Lori, puts his lovely trench coat on her, gets her in the car. And here's another phrase with a interesting line reading that she does the classic "was that the boogeyman" line, but she says it like, "Was that the boogie man?" Like fucking Cheech and Chong. She's like, "Was that the boogie man?"
Yes, it was the boogeyman.
No, he says like some real wordy, like, "Yes, I
Yeah.
do believe that was indubitably he, the boogeyman."
Yeah, well, I spared us the 2 hour long version.
Thank you. We truly needed you in the editing room.
Did they freaking wait? Did we end up watching the director's cut? Is that why it was 2 hours long?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what cut I watched because Bill Moseley is apparently in this, but in the version I watched, I don't know. I didn't see him. I even like scrubbed back through and I couldn't find him. Did you see him? He's apparently a
Bill
security
Moseley?
guard. Yeah, Bill Moseley. He's Otis in the House of a Thousand Corpses series. Chop Top, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh.
Yeah, he's supposedly in this. He was in the credits and everything.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I don't know what version we watched. It seems like we watched the same one.
Yeah, we did. That movie is just way too long for its own good. Oh no, I think he's the security guard that gets murdered in like the very like when he's breaking out like
Yeah, he must have been. I don't know. I couldn't see him. He also I saw a picture of him. He doesn't look like. I mean, I imagine him in the Otis wig, and he is not wearing that wig.
yeah, he looks like a regular dude.
I'm like, where is your wig, sir?
Wig.
Wig. All right. So they're in the cop car. It's like we have like a beat, and then bam! Michael Myers fucking busts through the window, and it doesn't show the door opening or anything, but all of a sudden she's outside and like and he has her, and I'm like, did he pull her through the window? And then I put could never be me. I'm like, you know what? In so many horror movies, I'm so glad that I'm a large human. It's like, no, you would not be able to pull me through a window, sir. My boobs would fucking prevent you.
By huge knockers, it would be too heavy for you.
Michael Myers' voice.
Let me hold those for you, queen.
Alright, we're back in the Myers house just when you think you're out.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a lot of fucking tomfoolery, chasing, high in the walls, busting these fucking pieces of plywood open.
Hiding in the what? I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
They're just like busting through walls,
No.
tearing off
You said
plywood.
hiding in the walls.
Oh, the wall! You just wanted to hear my accent again, you bitch.
I wanted to out your accent.
Luckily, I haven't had to say the W word, so haha, fuck you.
The walls. wolves. The wolves, they hide in the wolves and we drink
the,
some water.
the other, oh my god. Ooh, what if, now there wouldn't still be water in those pipes.
Can you pass me that, Joanne?
I'm gonna beat your legs. I'm actually, yeah, right now I just have my notes where if I could like fucking telegraph to Lori. Okay, I had a few ideas. So at a certain point, Loomis distracts him and Lori is behind him. I was yelling at her to do a modified code breaker where you would wrap your arms around his neck and fucking jam your knees into his back to try to fucking bring him down.
This man is 6'9", and that girl is probably a 50-pound fucking 5'8" girl.
Again, this is my problem because I'm over 200 pounds where I'm like thinking, but then I was like, you know what? Sweep the leg, brother. Sweep the leg. His legs. Here's the thing about wrestlers is a lot of them focus so much on their upper body strength. They have like surprisingly thin legs. So like, and his legs, you know, those like loose, that jumpsuit, those jumpsuit legs look pretty loose. I was like, girl, sweep the fucking leg, or you know what? Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, here's what I thought.
I would be the worst horror movie. Yeah.
Here's what I thought. I just thought, why didn't she run past the dude? Like, why didn't she just run past like Myers and the doctor like out the door? Why did she run into the house?
You're so right, bro, because like at that point they're still in the opening and like it again, this is like a nice house. Like they're not cramped in or nothing. The door is open and Loomis is right there and Mikey's like distracted. She could just fucking like serpentine, go around them, get out the door.
Yeah, and just book it. Like literally the movie would have been over by then and then we wouldn't have another 30 minutes or whatever is left of this film.
God, you're so right. And then it's also like, for some reason, she's very invested in Loomis being alive despite just meeting him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you seen Event Horizon?
I have not seen Event Horizon.
Alright, so this is just a line from that movie because Mikey's putting his thumbs in Loomis's eyes, which doesn't seem to affect him later, by the way. And I just have the quote, eyes, where we're going, we don't need eyes. And then I have the note, I feel bad because I don't care about this Lori. I don't care about her. Honestly, like she's just been doing so many things wrong that I'm like, you know what, sis, by horror movie logic, you should be dead because to be a final girl, like it was never supposed to be that you're a virgin. It's supposed to be that you're capable. And she's just not fucking capable at all. Like she doesn't have like,
she just gets lucky.
Yeah, and she's lucky again, like you said, that she's like 50 pounds. Like, cause she spends a lot of this final 30 minutes just ratting around, being a little possum in the walls.
Yeah. Can we? Okay. So, the final scene of this movie when I have in my notes, the final thing I have in my notes is give me a hug. He literally runs up to her and just grabs her and then forces her out the window. And then he cuts and she's on top of him.
Yes, okay. Yes, okay. Oh, and so at this point I got up to pee, and when I come back, I forgot that they were back in the house because I was like, oh, it's almost done. I went back and I'm like, they're back in the fucking house? I thought they got out. Oh, and then it's funny, you think he's beating up the walls at first because she's in it, but the wall's like 10 feet away. He's beating it up because he's angry. He's angry.
He's angry he can't kill his sister.
Yeah. Also, why the fuck Loomis's gun old like the one they used fucking to kill fucking Lincoln? He got fucking John Wilkes Booth's gun up in this place. It's like, sir. He went to a giant ass gun store. He was like, what's the oldest fucking 6-shooter you got, my mans? It's like, dude, no.
We do go to the gun store with him. There is a scene where we go to the gun store with him, and he's like, I need something that I can take out a bear.
Yeah, and he gives him this tiny little fucking pistol, and the gun dude's like, oh yeah, that one's great. It's like, no, be like the crazy cop in fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 where he buys 500 different chainsaws. Be like, I want a rifle, I want like an AK, I want 50 handguns. It's like...
Maybe throw in some grenades in there too.
Man, this is America. Like, we giving away guns like they're candy. And instead it's like, yeah, this is a replica of the gun John Wilkes Booth used to take down fucking Lincoln.
This is the gun I used to play Russian roulette with my boys last week.
Yes, so true. I was gonna say, like, I was about to like point out the height, but Lincoln was a tall motherfucker too. He was just spindly.
Yeah.
Aw, he's like you, bro. You're like tall, but like, you know,
Yeah,
thin.
I am. You're right. I am Lincoln.
Where are we at, bro?
Fight scene.
Oh, you know what? At one point, Loomis does grab onto his leg and tries to sandbag him. And at that point, I was just like, thank you, Loomis. Thank you. Thank you, someone tried to go to legs. And you know what? I was like, oh, he's gonna stab him, though, because, like, that was, like, the hole in my plan I was thinking about. But nah, he just kind of, like, shakes him off like dog poop and just kind of walks away. I was like, you know what, Loomis? I appreciate you. Okay. So again, Lori's moving around the walls like a little possum, and I just have the note asbestos poisoning. I'm like, you know what, Lori? Even if you don't get murdered by this man, you have lung cancer.
Wow.
Were you thinking that too?
No, now I
mean,
am
come
though. I
on.
guess you're right. Lead paint, some asbestos, yeah.
It was nasty up there. I was like, my last 2 lines are fucking nonsense. It's just, at one point, again, I'm just like kind of losing my mind at this point. He's just fucking holding this big ass piece of wood like a weapon, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking beat her ass with this. I'm not even gonna use my hands anymore. I am so mad.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking it was supposed to be like a reference to how he killed the bully.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Your brain's so big, sis. That's probably it.
Yeah, and then I feel like this was the point where I took a break, so I came back a little bit fresher, you know?
Yeah, and then, I don't know, tomfoolery, Mikey, somehow they're on the 2nd floor again. Laurie has the gun from Loomis.
Can't shoot it.
And then Michael... See, this is when I thought, I was like, oh yeah, he's not a pro wrestler. Because he fucking... I mean, it was probably a stunt double, but like, he incorrectly spears her through that window. The way he pushes her through that window is so weird. And then, I'm pretty sure, like me, you like went back and forth a few times, and we were like, there's no way she'd be on top when they land on the ground.
Oh, for sure not. He literally is bear hugging her and pushes through the window. He would have to somehow turn midair so that he would land on his back. Just
Choices for sure. So Mikey's on the ground, she's on top of him, she's got the gun. Again, it's fucking the world's oldest gun.
Can't shoot.
That Teresa's fucking pow in Soviet Czechoslovakia used to play Russian roulette with his boys.
Yep. With some vodka and beer.
What would you call a grandpa in Czech?
Jedek.
Yeah, your fucking Dedak and his boys were using this gun to play fucking Russian roulette while planning to throw out the Soviet government. I don't know, I'm so sorry.
This is good effort.
Thank you, I'm trying hard. This movie's fucking ruining me. And she's like, shooting, nothing. Shooting, nothing. And Michael's like, no, I'll wait, go on.
Yeah, he's just fucking just takes it, and finally she gets the shot off and then screams, and the movie is over.
But not overly is it over. It fades to baby. It fades to baby. It doesn't fade to black. It fades to the picture of little baby Mikey holding little baby Boo. And I'm like, I think every movie should fade to baby.
Fade to baby.
Fade to baby. Oh my god. And then I'll probably post some of these screenshots on the Instagram because Mr. Rob Zombie Mr. Robert Zombert, he's an adult. I should address him formally. He has his little old camera and he takes the little family videos of little Mikey and Sherry and Michael's fucking beating up a toy horse with a baseball bat.
The absolute legend.
It's so great. And Teresa, what is your opinion on horses?
I fucking hate horses. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I think they are evil and do not have morals.
When these end credits happened, were you like, maybe Michael's not so bad?
I had that feeling throughout the whole movie, but it just solidified it with him beating the shit out of a toy horse.
Nah, man, he killed Danny Trejo. I'll never forgive him.
That's true. I literally have in my notes, like, is he redeemable? And then it says that he killed Machete, never mind.
Yeah, okay. Because, I was like, you know what? He's killing these rapists. Anyone who kills a rapist, love that. Gotta kill all rapists.
Yeah, right.
And then he kills Machete. And the way he kills Machete...
I said, does Mike drink his respect women juice, ? And then I wrote, never mind, killed Machete, not cool.
No, but also, I don't think, because I think he killed that girl too, man. I don't think he drinks that juice. I think so too.
I think now that you mentioned it, I think so too.
The only woman he ever loved was Sherry Moon Zombie, but I love Sherry Moon Zombie. She's so pretty. I'm such a lesbian. I'm just like, it's like, I'm sure like a normal human watching this would be like, why do you gotta show his wife's ass pole dancing? I was like, you know what? It's 2 hours long. 20 minutes of this should be Sherry Moon Zombie pole dancing. Come on. For the lesbians. Come on.
We need the women love women Sherry Moon visuals. Thank you.
I often feel like that one fucking meme of that one famous lesbian actress where she's like, as a feminist this upsets me, but as a lesbian it excites me. I'm like, that's me. I'm like, that's me too often. I'm like, I love women, but I also feel like scum of the earth sometimes.
I know the feeling so hard. Sometimes I just am like, I truly am a 12-year-old boy trapped in a woman's body. And I guess I have to.
Yes, but are you a 12-year-old boy who could beat up Michael Myers?
No. Maybe if I was a 12-year-old boy, I could beat up Michael Myers. But as a 23-year-old woman, I cannot.
I don't know. I kind of want to, in, my mindscape, I was literally picturing 10-year-old me in my fucking soccer jersey with, most of my teeth missing and the little Michael Myers in a fucking cage match, and I'm like, could I beat him? Do you think I could? Be honest.
I think you could, absolutely, yeah.
Thank you so much. I feel bad for all the people I actually beat up. I'm like, I wish I hadn't done that, but no, I shouldn't have beat, I don't know. Michael Myers is such a conundrum. Also, I grew up with someone named Michael Myers. I would never beat that Michael Myers up. He had his own issues.
Well, what are your final thoughts on this movie?
My final thoughts are, I'm so happy that in the credits, Danny Trejo and Ken Foray's names were next to each other because I really feel like that was Rob Zombie being like, yes, I understand these were the best two characters.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that one.
Thank you so much. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how many brain cells would you give this movie, sis?
I would give it a solid 3.
Word. All right, who do you want to give your brain cells to?
Dude, Rob Zombie's beautiful wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna give it a 3.5. I was gonna give it a 3.5. Uh, yeah, I'll still give it a 3.5. And you know what? I'll give it to our boys Danny Trejo, Ken Foray, Miss Beautiful Beautiful, Sherry Moo Zombie, and the half goes to the memory of Jamie Lee Curtis. Thank you. She's not dead. I just like to think about her.
All right, fair, fair, fair.
All right, would you recommend this movie to someone?
No, probably not.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be like, if I was, I'd probably write down the time codes like, all right, this is when fucking Big Grizzly shows up, Mr. Ken Foray. That's worth watching. Yeah, I don't know.
I, I I appreciate that it tries to go into the past of Michael Myers and attempts to be like, oh, he's, a psychopath killer. Like, okay. I've been really into true crime lately, so that tickled my fancy a little bit. But like, it's not worth it.
Do you wish they would have showed Michael wetting his bed and getting a head injury to get that triad of serial killer things going? Because we already know he killed animals.
This is true. Yeah, the triad of wetting the bed. Well, he also had the abusive parents, well, abusive family.
No, but it was just that one guy, and he was only verbally abusive. I don't think he got,
He
like, bonked on the head.
he threatened it.
I guess so. I think I blocked out most of what that a-hole said.
That's fair. It was a lot to be the very first opening scene.
Oh my god, I was like, Rob Zombie, this is what people think you are. You're just confirming their beliefs. What is your thoughts on Rob Zombie as a director?
He has some good ideas, but I think I respect that he just does whatever he wants, you know?
Yeah, no, I vibe with that too. I was a big fan of House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. I don't know. I think I like those more because they were basically just like long form versions of his music videos, which I
Hmm.
think are fun. And I think he does a lot better when he's just like putting out like his own ideas. And then it's like, you're a musician. I thought maybe he would put like some of his own takes on the John Carpenter themes and stuff, but nah, he just played the OGs and I was like, all right, I guess I like everyone loves the classics, but you're literally a musician first and foremost, bro. Like I was
Yeah.
expecting some better music in this and I was disappointed.
Yeah, he should have. I feel like he should have really did his take on it. That would have been a lot of fun. But I guess this is supposed to be just a remake, and people would get mad if that music wasn't in it.
People are mad at him anyway. Do you want to know the ratings for this movie? We already talked about the budget and the box office.
Yes.
So, the Google users, it's actually pretty good. It says 85% like this movie. It's with Rotten Tomatoes, however, it's only 27%, which isn't actually that bad.
27% is pretty bad.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
27% is.
I don't know. Maybe I've just watched so many bad movies that I'm just like, hey, It's not in the single digits.
Yeah, it's a choice.
Oh no, House of a Thousand Corpses has 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. But
Hmm.
also, similarly, 84% people on Google like the movie. I've heard a lot of people say that, you know what, if you like it, you like it. If not, definitely should not have been 2
No,
hours
it
long,
is
though.
way too long.
Yeah. Well, this has been a lovely discussion.
Yes.
So, T-Bone, what are we doing next week?
We are going to watch Nora the Curse? Oh my god.
Nora. I like how the word you messed up wasn't the one that's not English. Noroi the Cruise. You know what? We're remaking it. We're making Noroi the Cruise right now.
And it takes place entirely on a cruise ship.
There is a boat. There is a boat in this movie. I'm so happy to talk about Noroi the Curse with you. I have a lot of thoughts. And it is on Shudder for anyone who wants to watch it. I highly recommend it. I think it's a much better directed movie than Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah, Rob Zombie's Halloween was an experience, and it was interesting going into it after watching the original for the first time.
Yeah, I watched the original a few times, but not as recently as you, but I definitely had it in the back of my mind the whole time, of course. Especially when the scenes were like shot for shot, you know? Oh, before we go, in case you're wondering, there is still the absolutely green, beautiful foliage and just, a few bags of dead leaves put on the ground to be like, it's fall. Yeah, this isn't California.
Please, the leaves change here. Please believe us.
Yeah. I actually, fun fact, on the way to my grandmother's house in New Jersey, I drive past the sign for Haddonfield and Voorhees.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a fun coincidence. And then I heard recently that it actually was named after those places. And I'm like, huh, why isn't it in New Jersey then? Huh? New Jersey, horrifying enough as is, am I right, ladies?
Yeah.
All right, well, oh, we forgot to say, Happy Halloween!
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is our first episode released on Halloween. So exciting.
Yes, for all our ghouls, it's the best time of the year. It's the best time of the year, and we present you this.
The worst movie of the year.
No, definitely not the worst movie. Oh dear.
You're right.
Listen, when we get to those single number ratings, I'll let you know. I have a feeling we're gonna be doing maybe some Paris Hilton vehicles at some point for you, Miss T-Bone.
Ooh, please. I love Paris Hilton.
I know, we should be wearing our juicy velour tracksuits for that one.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Alright, well, thank you for listening, ghouls. And remember, it's not over till the Wilhelm screams. Take it away, T-Bone.
Bye!